Hello, Kylea from Property Renovations and Construction. This is Joel from JND SEO. Spoke briefly on the phone the other day, so I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this video as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you do want to hear more information, we can just have a 10-minute phone call. If not, then definitely take the free tips and strategies I'm going to give you today, and you guys could apply them right to your site. All right, so the first thing that I do want to talk about today is content. So I'm on your homepage right now and just kind of scrolling through. I want to just see how many words of content you guys have. And let's see. I would say you probably have 200 to 300 words of content on here. Google really recommends having about 1,500, and I do as well. The reason why is because most businesses don't have that much is a simple answer. But the better answer is that Google actually will rank you based on how much content you have. So the more you have, the higher you will be ranked above your competitors. But the other reason is that the more content you have, the more keywords or keyword phrases you can put into that content. As an example, I've put in roofing Melbourne FL for Florida. And for 2 reasons, really. Number 1, this is a great keyword or key phrase to do a search on. But number 2, this is what new customers are going to put into an area. And since you guys are based out of Melbourne, it makes sense to use this as an example. But first thing a new customer would see is these ads. And these are just companies paying to be seen first, essentially, and bringing in new customers. After that, the second thing they'll see is this map section. And the top 3 companies are going to show up in this little preview window. And these are all based on citations. So citations are when you get your business name, address, and phone number. Those 3 things all listed together into a directory site, such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, or Home Advisor, just to name a few. After that, we're going to run into our organic section here, where we start to see the results come up with websites and company names. And these don't show up randomly. They all show up based on Google's algorithm and formula. And we now know 2 parts of that are content and keywords. And so there's 10 results that will show up per page. That's pretty much true with any Google search. However, that's of course pending that there's enough results for that. But these all show up in reference to our key phrase, roofing Melbourne FL. So we can rank them accordingly. So number 1 would go to Better Business Bureau, which is actually a directory. Home Advisor is number 2, which is also a directory. And Owens Corning is also a directory. So the first real result we get is jtroofingfl.com is the first company. So what I want to do next is I'm going to take your website, prcfla.com, and plug it into a program I use called Ahrefs. First thing I noticed, you guys don't currently have any headers on your page. If you did, you could put A, your business name, and B, probably a few keywords, which would help you get found a little easier on searches. And then I want to dive into the numbers a little bit. So 67 referring domains and 242 backlinks. Referring domains are websites that you have links on. When people click those links, it sends them directly back to your page, almost like a partnership with other websites and companies. And the 67 sites that you guys do have links on are actually sending you back all those 242. So, roughly you guys, there's probably about 4 or so per site that you guys have those on. You guys currently have about 291 keywords you can be found or searched for. Roofing Melbourne FL was our example, so you guys have a bunch of those. And these are what really drive the traffic to your site, and we're seeing that you guys have 72 visitors coming to your site right now on average. So what we want to do is click your keywords here and just kind of see where your traffic's coming from. First thing we see is your business name or a part of it, Property Renovations and Construction. 80 people do search it exactly like that, and for this you guys are number 1. We did learn there's 10 results per page, so obviously being number 1 is the best you could do, but you have to be in the top 10 to be on that first page, and that's really where you want to be, because 80 to 85% of people will not go to page 2. So if you're not on page 1, you're really not getting any traffic from that search term or keyword. So next up, we have more variations of your name, to which you guys are ranked in the top 5 for almost all of those. Let's see, this might be a project you did, but it's not great at bringing in new customers unless someone happens to search looking to find out who did it. But this is your first one that kind of brings in those new customers, right? Roofing Melbourne FL. So 80 people do search it. Problem is you guys are number 13 for that, so you might be getting about 1 visitor from it, but that's about it. So 13 puts you at the top of the second page, almost pushing towards the middle of the second page. And I didn't mention this, but people who search you by name, a lot of that's probably referrals or people who potentially saw some of your signs but didn't have time to write it. So if we just jump to Roof Melbourne, 323, so third page. Roof Repair Melbourne, 22 as well, so third page. So the problem is for a lot of the new customer terms, you guys are just, you're too far back. You're not on the first top 10 here, so you're not capturing a lot of that. Just as an example, let's go to JT Roofing. They're one of the top results in the area. 172 referring domains, setting back 343 links. You can see they have at the top here some of their headers, not their business name per se, but just a few keywords. 140 keywords, sending about 285 visitors to their site. We take a look here, you'll see pretty quickly what I mean. So Roof Repair Melbourne, 300, number 1. Roofing Repairs Melbourne, 300, number 1. Roof Repairs Melbourne, 60, number 1. Roofing Melbourne FL, 80, number 3. Roofing Contractors Melbourne FL, 100, number 5. With the exception of really this one here, Brevard County Roofers, all of these are in the top 5. So the higher up you are ranked, the bigger percentage of the traffic you'll get. So being up that high, obviously they're going to get some of the biggest percentages. They have a lot of ones up there. So for you guys, definitely I would recommend focusing on content, citations to get you in that map section. And, definitely adding some of those more what we call buyer intent keywords, and then ranking them in the top 10 and get you on that first page. That would be first step. Second step would be getting you the top 5 and then top 3 after that. So guys, if you want to hear more, like I said, 10-minute phone call is all I'm asking for. I'm going to give you a call anyway just to ask you what you thought of the video. I'm trying to help businesses here, so any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it, and have a great day.